Bodil, how's it going?
Man, everything good. What's going on?
Hey, just enjoying Chicago.
Man,
it's nice
out
here.
A beautiful city.
It is.
Yeah, I love it. One of the best cities in the world.
Yeah. Even when it's cold.
Even when it's cold, that's what make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you got to be a soldier to withstand that winter weather, and still be a giant. Still stand up with your head up and your chest out. You know,
Right.
It builds the man. It builds character. You know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I figured I didn't have a lot about your story on the internet, so I thought it would be a good idea to go over everything. You're a pretty well-known, respected person in Chicago that a lot of people speak highly of.
Facts. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, what part of Chicago are you from?
I'm originally from the north side. I was born in the Cabrini-Green area at Town of Garden. My grandfather and grandmother and them lived in the Greens, 1150. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up in that area, and then we moved to Noble Square, which is called 1100 now. You know what I'm saying? Stayed there for the majority of my younger years, and then we moved further north on Avers and Ainsley, which was another CHA property where I got into my life of crime, and then it kind of transformed and led me west. So a lot of people think that I'm from the west side because I put in a lot of work out west. I had a lot of cases out west, and that was the gang that I was running with, originated from the west side. So people think that I'm from the west side, but I'm really a north sider at heart. But I claim them both, really. You know what I'm saying? I got the best of both worlds, you know, North Pole and the west side.
How young were you when you started to get involved in the streets?
To be real, I was a good kid initially. It wasn't until this guy knocked my teeth out, which, you know what I'm saying, they were my permanent teeth. And that's when I started realizing that I'm not gonna let nobody ever do that to me again. You know what I'm saying? So I realized that I had to be just as aggressive, if not more aggressive, than the other kids out there. So that happened when I was like 12. So about 13 is when I really got into like hanging in the streets and recruiting the guys around me to form an allegiance of guys to protect the area.
And this was on the north side at this time?
North side, the building, 4856 North Davis. So it was one lonely building we were really like the only building in the area that was black. So it was 6 black families in this building, but we surrounded by all the Latin folks and Latin gangs. So that's really where my life of crime started, because in order for us to remain safe and not transform to become a part of they thing, we started our own. You know what I'm saying? And it worked from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned
Cabrini-Green.
Cabrini-Green.
Yeah.
What was going on during that? So that'd be around the same time, right?
Yeah.
What was going on right there at that time?
Man, hustling, gang banging, more gang banging than hustling. Like, it was certain guys that was getting a lot of money, but the majority of the people in the area was gang banging. My grandfather had a church that sat right in the middle of Cabrini-Green. You know what I'm saying? And the Disciples building was right there. So we was right in the middle of the crazy crew and everybody else, you know, but I was from the other side. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of crazy stuff going on. I was there when Dontrell Davis got killed, the kid who got killed by the sniper.
Oh, you were right there?
I wasn't right there, but I was around during those times.
Oh, okay.
I was in the area at those times, yeah.
So was that a big? Because I remember I seen the show where they were talking about that they used to, you know, pretty much sniper people from the windows, and then they would just disappear into the building.
Yeah, they would do it from the roofs of the building. Like when we used to hang out, sometimes we had to bring like garbage cans, like the big garbage cans, and put them around. So, you know what I'm saying, to kind of shield you and protect you from being hit by one of those bullets. Yeah. It was, you know, and the crazy part about it is that was normal. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until you get older and you realize like the things that you grew to see as normal was dysfunctional and wasn't normal at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I can kind of relate to these shorties. I don't judge them now because I understand. Like I was them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fucked up.
All right. So this is you're around 12 or 13 years old. Um, what's going on? How's your family life at this time?
My family life is good. My mother worked a lot. My father wasn't there. Um, so I was pretty much like the man of the household for a lot of those younger years. Wasn't no father figure there, no father presence. So while my mother working, doing what she doing, she couldn't really watch what I was doing. So you know what I'm saying? Like she didn't know all the things that I was involved in or what I had going on because she was working. You know what I'm saying? To put food on the table and to keep a roof over our head. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this during when you were selling?
No, I wasn't. I was too young to be selling then. I didn't start hustling until maybe I was about 16. We was robbing people and snatching chains and snatching jewelry and all of that. Like my guys who was out west used to come up north and they'll tell me, man, y'all got a gold mine. You need to sell drugs. And I'm like, nah, we making too much money robbing people. And that's the how low we were on the totem pole to where I'm thinking that you snatch a chain, you go pawn it for $150 or $200 for one day's work. You made a couple $100s off one snatch and grab. And I'm like, that's good money, not realizing that it was people out here that was making thousands on top of thousands a day hustling. But I wasn't seeing that because up north we wasn't, the drugs didn't really hit up that way that hard first. It really hit west and south before it transformed to our area.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
you were at 12 years old robbing people. Wow.
Yeah, snatching chains at 13. You know what I'm saying? 13, 14. Yeah.